Hey everybody, how are we doing? Um, Hopefully everything is good. Let me check to make sure the camera's working okay and the picture looks good. No sound issues. All right. So, you know, hopefully you guys are all having an awesome day. Let me see, where am I now? All right, here we go. Hey, so out of work. Not for the weekend, but out of work. Actually had a long weekend last weekend, so it was good. So a short week this week of work, so just 3 days, right? So hopefully everybody is having an awesome day. I know I am. Like I said, so it's a great day. Although it's hot here, I will tell you, I think we got to be the hottest place in the U.S. right now, or one of the hottest places in the U.S. Generally, we're pretty mild year round. And right now, because we're getting some Santa Ana winds and all that good stuff, we went from being in the mid 70s to being in the mid 90s yesterday, and today is in the mid 80s. Now it's about 80 degrees out now, so it's warm. So warmer than we're used to. So usually we're in probably in the mid 70s to low 70s. Tomorrow is supposed to be back in the upper 70s, and then on the weekend, actually supposed to be in the upper 60s. So we're going to go from extreme heat to cool, and then get back to moderation, I guess. So it's just a teaser. It is that time of year here in California, in Southern California, where we get Santa Ana winds. And when we get the Santa Ana winds, we get the desert air blowing out to the ocean, and it gets warm along the shoreline. So anyway. So, hey, how's everybody doing today? Hey, if you're online, let me know if you're online. Say hi to me. I really appreciate it. So, thought I'd come at you today. We're going to do some cooking today. Hopefully, you're going to like it. We're going to actually make some chocolate chip cookies. I'm going to make a different recipe than what I normally make. I got 3 or 4 different recipes. So, there's some that are, hey, CSR, how are you? Thank you for coming. Hey, LB, how are you? So, hey, Lindy, how are you? So, great to see everybody here. So we are going to do some cooking today. So I wanted to, like I said, I'm going to make some chocolate chip cookies. I have probably 3 or 4 different recipes for chocolate chip cookies that I've made over the years. Different types, different styles, different. Some are chewy, more like a Tall House cookie, and everything else. So yeah, so really good. So so I thought I'd just do that a little cooking as well. So so everybody's doing. So let's kind of go through, see who's here. So hey, Christy's here as well. Let's see who else is here. LB's here. Lindy's here. So really nice. So thank you for coming. Yeah, yummy. So I like chocolate chip cookies. I like cookies. I'm a snack person, so I like to if I can make a snack that's low carb and so I can have 1 or 2 every once in a while. Like again, it helps me get through the week, and it helps me, do better with my diet during the week. So right. So I don't know how you guys do it or how you're doing it or anything else, but so that's what we're going to kind of do today. I'm going to start my oven. I'm going to preheat my oven to 350 today. Get that started, because usually what happens is I'll mix all the ingredients and then I'll forget to turn my stove on. So I'm going to do that first. So hey, so I'd ask everybody else, what's your favorite cookie? I'm looking for other cookies to cook. I actually cooked a shortbread cookie about a week ago or so. It was really good, and I think it needed some tweaking to it. I want to do some different stuff to it. Yeah, it's important. It's important to preheat. So very, very important. So that's one of those things that you always forget, right? So hey, and I also wanted to point out, see, I got some new shirts. So if you haven't seen the new shirts, go down there and check out the merchandise afterwards. So I thinking I'm looking pretty good on my new shirt. So anyway, get a little cocky here. My wife's laughing at me in the corner over there. So, so that's what we're gonna do. So this is a recipe that I haven't cooked in a long time. I don't think I've done this in probably 6 months. It's been the chewy cookies that I've been making, and we make a lot of the macadamia nut white chocolate chip cookies, and those are kind of been the ones we've been concentrating a lot on and making. We actually have a different recipe for those that we're going to try as well than what we normally do, just because the ones that we make are really, really super low carb, because it's mainly butter in it, and it's almost all butter and sweetener. So if you're tracking net carbs, it's pretty close to none. But I love chocolate chips too, as well. So we're gonna get started here. Just start throwing things in a bowl. Now I am gonna double the recipe on here just because I'm gonna make a double batch. So I'm gonna do that. And I am the type of person that I have to have a recipe near me, because otherwise I will forget something. I always forget something. And generally it's not until I taste it and then I say, oh, it doesn't have that vanilla taste to it. And I'll say, oh shoot, I forgot to put the vanilla in it, or something like that. So anyway, so that's what we're gonna do first. So first thing first, I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna put the almond flour in here. So I'm gonna use, this is the Costco brand almond flour. We're gonna put in there. Yeah, if you like these cooking live streams, let me know. Is there something else I could do to make it better? I actually saw somebody was doing one, and I don't know whether they posted, because they were doing a kind of a cook along. So I don't know whether they posted the recipe ahead of time so that you could actually make it with them. So I thought that was kind of a cool idea. So I did put 2 cups of almond flour in here. The normal recipe is just 1 cup. And then I'm going to put in a half a cup of this. Normally it's a half a cup, but I'm going to put in a half a cup of it. This is coconut flour. Hey Tom, how are you? Now you don't know that when you mix almond flour with coconut flour, it actually helps give it that kind of a cakey type of texture when it's baking. So versus when it's just when you use just regular almond flour, it's a little more dense. And then when you use just straight coconut flour, it kind of comes out a little too, I don't know what you call it. So hey, if you guys are content creators and you want each other to let them know that you're a content creator, maybe you can check each other's channels out and stuff like that. Go in there, and Michelle always says that. Put that red heart or purple heart in the after your name, and just so people know that you're a content creator, and maybe they can check out your channel at a later time. So I'm going to put this in a bowl, and then I'm going to put in some baking powder in here. Next thing I'm going to do. So I'm going to put 2 teaspoons of the baking powder in here. We're going to find a 2-spoon. How's everybody doing in their weight loss journey? So everybody hanging in there? Everybody doing okay? So, and then this is some baking soda. So this is 1 tablespoon of baking soda. So baking powder, baking soda, both are in here. And then I'm going to put a little bit of salt in here. And that's all that's going to go in the dry ingredients. So if you didn't know, Tom just hit 1,000. So congratulations, Tom. Great job. So now he's looking to get watch hours. So he's going to make some long videos so people can watch those long videos. So that's his next goal. Either that or create a bunch of playlists that people can watch. So what's everybody having for supper tonight? I'm just kind of curious. We're cooking some shrimp. Actually, my wife's already cooked it, so it's so that's just all it is. It's just I just mixed the dry ingredients, and then I'm going to set this aside, and then we're going to actually go to. So Christy's here. So everybody say hi to Christy. So I got to tell you, Christy's helped me out a lot. So she showed me how to make shorts out of my full-length videos. So I've been making shorts out of my full-length videos for the last few days, and it's been pretty successful. So so thank you, Christy. So that was really, really good. So go over there and check out her channel if you want to learn some tips and tricks that may help your channel grow or something like that. There, she's got a good channel to do that. So again, I'm enjoying it, and it makes it really, really easy. I don't have to go through and make 3 or 4 videos. I can make one video, and I can copy pieces of it over into a short. And then when people click on the short, it takes them to your, if they click on your short, it will take them to the full length video. So you get a 2 for. I don't need a knife. So that's very, very cool. So I'm putting softened butter in here. This is about 8 ounces of softened butter I'm putting in here. Again, this is a double batch. I don't normally, well, I should say, I do normally make a double batch because this will usually last us a week or 2. I'll come home and I'll have one. I'm not going to say every day, but every once in a while, right? Then we're going to put the sugar in here. Now, I will tell you, for me anyway, and I don't know how you guys are, when I'm putting sugar in something like this, I generally like what the recipe calls for. Sometimes I don't put what the recipe does because I've found that over the years, I don't have quite as sweet a tooth as I used to have. So therefore, it's, I don't, like I say, I find it too sweet sometimes. So, so I kind of cut back some of the time on the sugar. So on this one, it would call for a full cup of it. So I'll probably put 3/4 of a cup in here instead of a full cup of sugar. The only way you're going to find out your taste is follow it the first time. You think it's too sweet, you cut back on it the second time, or something of that nature. So, So we're just going to look that, and then we're going to make some noise here. So you're going to hear a lot of noise in a minute here. So we're going to set that aside because I'm done with that. And then I got to use the mixer for a second because we're going to blend this all up. Hopefully we're not going to throw it all over the place. Now, can someone tell me why is always that when you do the soft ingredients or the wet ingredients or whatever you want to call it, you always put the sugar in the wet ingredients? Anybody know that? I just do it because it comes out better that way. But my understanding, there's a reason for it, and I don't quite understand it. But I was wondering if somebody could explain that to me. But I do like baking. I actually like baking sometimes better than I do other types of cooking because it's kind of more like I guess I would call it more like science, where you're kind of playing around and throwing stuff together, and sometimes it comes out really good and sometimes it doesn't come out so good, right? So so the butter is all whipped up there. It's all nice and fluffy. So it's pretty good. This was really, really soft butter. I'm actually going to throw this in there in the sink just to do. I'm going to get another napkin. I put a pile of napkins next to me here. Just because I figure you ever see me cook, you know I make a mess. So, hey Julie, how are you? So she's saying, let me put this up on the screen here. So Alicia from Keto Upgrade says it helps with the cooling effect when you blend the sweetener and butter for a couple of minutes. It really works. So, all right. So there we go. Thank you. So I really, really appreciate that. So I learned something new. I try to learn something new every day. You know, so go ahead, Christy, if you want to drop the link, and I know you can do that. So, it's kind of weird going back and forth from YouTube to Yardstream and stuff like that. So anyway, so that's really, really great information. So the next things I'm going to just throw in here, I have actually, I got some vanilla that I'm going to throw in here. This is one of those things that I keep forgetting, or I would forget, right? So I'm going to put 2 tablespoons in here. Again, I'm doubling the recipe. 2 teaspoons, I should say, not tablespoons. Did I say tablespoon? I say that all the time. I know a couple of people have caught me in my videos when I say tablespoon, and I mean teaspoon. So go back and check the recipe. So, hey, I do have a website. So this recipe is not on that website, but it will be later, because generally after I make the recipe, and then I can take the pictures and stuff of that nature. Then I put it on the website. So I do have a website, and it's alansawesomeKetoWorld.com. So go over there and check it out. Like I said, it's one of those things when I have time to update it, I try to update it. It gets really time consuming, working full time, and then trying to do YouTube and that kind of stuff. So, so then I'm going to put 2 eggs in here. How's everybody doing with the cost of groceries? So she's, I don't know, Christy. So Christy's asking me a question about Amazon affiliate links. I don't know. I don't know, Christy. Maybe because I'm going to say probably because you're in the Philippines, and that because you're in the Philippines, it won't let you do that. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. That's a good question. I've not had that problem. Yeah, I don't know. That's a good question. So, all right. So I'm going to mix the wet ingredients all up here. I'm actually I should have probably let the blender do this instead of me doing it. All right, and let the blender do the work. That's a good question, Christy. I don't know. So I'll go in and look later and see. that's nice and fluffy. All right, now we're going to mix the dry ingredients with the wet ingredients. That worked much better than me doing it. So, yeah, prices here are insane too. So we've been doing a lot of shopping for sale flyers. So we've been doing pretty good with that. We actually have found really good deals, but they're not great deals like you used to find. Like we found hamburger, and I think the hamburger was $2.49 a pound, and it was 80/20, so we bought it, right? But then I'm trying to think. There's a chuck steak right now that's on sale. We actually talked about going down and getting it at Kroger's. It's a $4.99 a pound. It's not a great deal, but it's a good deal. So we're going to do that because we're going to actually sous vide cook it and do some stuff with that, just because it's a cheaper cut of meat, and the sous vide seems to help a lot as far as making it nice and tender. So I know I probably should have mixed it slowly together, little by little, right? So I'm an impatient guy, so. So Christy, are you trying to open up an Amazon affiliate account, or are you trying to open up one of the links in the video? I guess I would ask. So I do have Amazon affiliate links down below. So if you do see something in here that I'm using, I generally have everything in it. So it doesn't cost you a dime to purchase the stuff, but for me, it actually helps the channel out a little bit. So I get 1% of the sale or something of that nature. So so if you sell something for $1, you get a penny, right? So you send something for $10, you get 10 cents. So you don't get much out of it. So, but it does help. I tell you, I just went and ordered some keto chow, and then I ordered some egg white powder and stuff of that nature too. Boy, it's not cheap. So. All right, so this is pretty well mixed together. Everybody can see what the dough looks like. Now, this is probably so soft because of the fact that a couple of things. It's really, really warm here. So the butter, when I left it out on the counter, it really got melted. So really, really good. So there's a couple of things. You could stick it in the refrigerator for a little while if you wanted to get it a little thicker. Or you can do like I'm going to do, and we're just going to try to go ahead with it the way it is and see how it comes out. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to use the new Chalk Zeros. So I've never tried Chalk Zeros, so this is a new experience for me too. So I'm going to use the Chalk Zero chocolate chips. I'm not affiliated with them in any way, shape, or form. I don't know, Lindy, are you affiliated with them? I don't know, Lindy, if you're still on, are you affiliated with Keto Chow in any way? Do you have a link to their? I don't have a link to them, so I'm not sure whether Lindy has one or not. So let me get a pair of scissors to cut it open. That way there, if you're buying something and somebody has a link to it, usually you'll get 10 or 15% off or something of that nature. So now I'm going to use a half a cup of this. This is a quarter cup. I'm going to put it in here twice. I got some white chocolate ones too, because we're going to try the white chocolate macadamia nuts later on too, and see. So how's everybody doing with Derek's Step Challenger? I know there's 3 or 4 of us in here that are doing Derek's step challenge. Just kind of wondering how everybody's making out with it. How are you doing? I have not done fantastic this month, so this has been a kind of an off month for me. I wasn't going to participate just because I knew it's actually my birthday month this month as well. It's also our wedding anniversary this month, and it's actually going to be my 5 years doing keto this month. It's actually already went by on the 17th. That was when the doctor told me to do keto. So that was the start of this. Then I started my channel. My wife said I had so much good luck with it, and I've been doing so well with it that I should start a YouTube channel. So I said, okay, well, I'm not a person. She had to really talk me into it to get me to do it. All right, so this is all mixed together pretty well. So I'm going to clear off some space here. Hold on a second. Give myself a little bit of room. So what I am going to do is, I just took my cookie thing and put it over here. So this is a cookie scoop. I'm going to use this because I believe it's a 1-inch cookie scoop. And it's much like an ice cream scoop. It just tries to portion the size of the cookies out so they all come out the same. So when I say this cookie's a one carb or 10 carbs or whatever it happens to be, this will be the size. The one thing about doing it live is if you mess up, there's no hiding it. So if you see something mess up, you'll know it. End up with it at the very end. Yes. So my wife just asked me if I turned my oven on. That's one of the things I forget a lot. So, So we're having shrimp for dinner tonight. What everybody else having dinner tonight? What are you cooking for dinner? Or you already had dinner? I'm on a West Coast time frame, so it's. Now the question comes is whether I should try because these are really soft, whether I should just let these melt on the pan, or should I push them down a little bit just to make them flat a little bit? What do you think? Hey Pam, how are you? How's everybody doing? How are you doing, Pam? So Lexi, what team are you on Derek's Journey? Are you on this month? And what team are you on? LB, what team are you on Derek's Journey this month for your step challenge? I'm hoping I can get all these in here. Thanks, Lisa. I hope it's yummy. I like chocolate chip cookies. Like I said, I think my favorite ones right now have been those white chocolate ones that we normally make, but we've done a video of those already once, and I don't want to remake a video that I've already done. And Also, it requires you to put them in a refrigerator for about a half hour. And oh. Get these in the oven here in a second. I think things are going pretty well. Again, so this is the way they're coming out. So you guys, can you see it? So the question comes, should I push them down just to flatten them out a little bit, or should I let them see whether they will go down by themselves? What do you think? Let me know down in the comments here and whether I should push them down a little bit, or should I just let them sit and see whether they deflate a little bit and make it softer. So, hey, One Busy Mama's on. How are you? Thank you for coming. Let's see who I'm missing here. Lisa. Yeah, Lindy. So, all right. I think I said hi to everybody. I know last time I missed people, so I'm really sorry. When Michelle was on here, talking, and it's hard for me to multitask. So, and it's kind of weird. If you saw the setup I have here, I have my camera behind the laptop. So so when I'm looking down, I'm not looking down because I don't want to look at the camera. I'm looking down because that's where the comments are. I'm trying to see what people are saying. She's saying, leave them alone. I'm really tempted to lick this, but I'm told I have to behave on camera. Although nobody else is going to eat them other than us. So. I like this cookie scoop. This cookie scoop has made it really, really easy. So, it's really, really good. So, it's. So how's everybody going to handle Halloween? Are you making some kind of a treat or something so that you can handle Halloween, so that you don't go off your plan, or are you planning on to go off your plan, or what is your plan for Halloween? I know Lindy has she bought some Chalk Zero chocolate, so that's her plan. So the kids are going to be eating their chocolate, and she's going to be eating her chocolate, so which is a good plan. All right. So how are you going to stay not eating chocolate during Halloween? We're thinking about we might go out for dinner or something like that, just to get us out, so we're not sitting here and handing out candy and going, one for you, one for me, one for you, one for me. So let's see. LB's saying she needs to find some Halloween treats. In general, my work, Bestie and I are trying a strategy on how to handle things for the holidays. So I will tell you that for me, right, there are some really good treats that you can get for the holidays. I will tell you the cheesecake bites that I make are usually pretty good, and everybody seems to really, really like those a lot. The other thing is cookies like this here. So in the office they're going to have cookies. So make yourself some low carb cookies and bring them in, and and then that way they're when the kids are eating something, then you can eat something else. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave some of these alone and see how they come out, and then I think the other and half of them I'm going to push down a little bit to see how they do. Oh, maybe I'm going to leave them alone. They're really, really soft. So, I think actually if I leave them alone, I think they'll just go right down. They'll melt down. We're going to find out. Because I'm going to throw these in the oven. Now, I will tell you, my oven seems to take a little longer than other ovens. Is that right? So my oven doesn't necessarily cook as fast as other ovens. So having 3 kids, LB, I'm not sure what to tell you. My kids are grown and gone. So we have us, and my wife kind of helps me a little bit. So she helps keep me on track a little bit, which is good. Because it's easy for me to get, but we can do this, right? You're absolutely right. So crafty and carnivore-ish, definitely wanted to learn to bake some keto treats for these holidays. Yeah, I definitely would suggest you learn to bake some. Again, LB, I know you're kind of a little bit new to it, but you've been doing it for a little bit longer than some others. But learn to make some keto treats. Like I say, I make the cookies. I like cookies. We make the cheesecake bites. They're just one little cheesecake, and it's 2 total carbs. So and they're pretty good. I think they're really good. We also make, if you haven't seen, we make a Swiss roll cake. We made that before a couple of times. We actually make an ube roll cake that's really, really good. And 2 carbs, you can't go wrong for the egg bites, for the cheesecake bites. So really, really good. Some of the other things, I'm just trying to think. There's a ton of cookies that you can buy. Just use the almond flour and stuff like that. We're actually going to try to make a birthday cake weekend, so I'll let you know how that goes. We're actually going to use something similar. We're going to use the almond flour, coconut flour mix to see whether it gives us a better texture on our cake. We actually went out for our anniversary. Went out and we actually had dessert. We had a rich German chocolate cake, and so we're going to try to duplicate that into a low carb ketogenic version for a birthday cake. For it's my birthday, so we're going to try to do that. And I actually saw Michelle from Life's Adventures in Keto. She's having a birthday live on October 25th. So, excuse me. And that's my same birthday of mine, so I don't know whether she has the same birthday as me or not. So I'm going to have to ask her that. I thought maybe she'd be on here tonight and ask her that, but she's not here. So, hey, we're also working on getting together some stuff together for our little gym that we're putting together in our garage. So we've got a treadmill. We've got that working now. We're getting some weights in there as well, and doing some other things so that we don't have to go to the gym and don't have to worry about all the stuff that's going on in the world today. But just kind of helping out with that. And we'll see how it goes. Wow. So Tom, you're at a day after me. So, mine's the 25th. So yours is 26th. So So that means on the 26th that you'll be doing your live with Mike. Are you going to be doing a birthday live? So well, I'll have to come over there and I'll have to say happy birthday and sing happy birthday to you on the 26th. So this month has not been the best of months for me as far as staying with plans and stuff too. But although I have not, I got to tell you, so I was 182 2 weeks ago. Last Friday when I weighed myself, I was still 182. And I don't feel like I'm that heavy. You know, after even going out, we went out a couple of times and everything else. I don't feel that heavy. I have been trying to get some steps in and working out and stuff, but like I said, with the heat in here and everything else. And so Tom's going to be doing a live next Wednesday. It actually is with Mike from Keto Journey. They do it together. So, let's see. One busy mom is saying her youngest is 10, 20, 24. So my parents' anniversary is October 25th. My mom passed away, but my dad's still alive. So it's a pretty good month, and we hit 9 years, so we're going strong. We're gonna go another 45 years or so. Hopefully, I can live that long. Actually, last year we were in Hawaii. We went for last year for our anniversary. We went to Hawaii, so that was nice. I don't know. I didn't think Hawaii was all it was cracked up to be. To be honest with you, it was nice, but it wasn't. I don't know. Wasn't as nice as everybody makes it out to be. At least that was my opinion of Hawaii. Yeah. So Lindy, somebody's asking about saying about your name. So she's been on a couple of lives. She's explained how she got her name and stuff like that. So you need to go check out one of those lives. She was on my channel 2 weeks ago here as a guest. So it's really, really interesting. Got a world of knowledge when it comes to keto and all that kinds of stuff. So and so you got to go over and check her out, her channel too. So 3 more minutes, and then the cookies come out later. We should be able to see whether the cookies are actually falling. Oh yeah, they went down pretty nice. They actually did all right. So I don't think it's going to get done in 10 minutes though. So like I said, my oven generally takes a lot longer than normal. So I found that if something says to bake it for 10 minutes, it usually takes me 15 minutes. So we'll see in 3 minutes where we're at. So, but it is what it is, right? So next week, I think I'm going to go through and do an update on how I'm doing for the month. Show those, go through my charts, and because I chart and graph everything. So I do chart a lot of stuff. I've also been trying something new with my sleep. I'll give you a little heads up on what that is and how that's going, if it's getting my sleep to be any better or not. So someone else is having the same issue. So, and I don't know what it is because we're pretty close to sea level. So I would think that it would probably be just the opposite. I would think if you were higher in elevation, it may take longer, but we're not in the mountains. We're surrounded by mountains, but we're down in a valley. So, anyway, so I'm talking about sleep and stuff like that. So I don't know if anybody else has issues with sleep. I know, Tom, you've talked about it before as well. Crafty's, you're in Texas. Lindy's in Texas too. Lindy's in Texas. I have a brother that lives in San Antonio. So He's been down there forever. He went down there in the service and he stayed down there. He's been down for 40 years now. So he's just north of San Antonio off of I think it's a 35 or something like that. Okay. Yeah. So we were actually thinking when we retire that moving somewhere where it's a little cheaper than California, because California is it's nice, but it's pretty expensive. So so we've been looking at some other places, but we got some time before we do it. So and Texas was one of them we actually talked about. Florida was the other one. South Carolina was another one. Sorry, Tom, Nevada wasn't on the list. So but it was just kind of what states are really, I'm not going to say cheap to live in, but have a better economy for retired people than California, right? So wow. I'm going to switch these from put the bottom one on the top and the top one on the bottom. All right, I'm going to let these go for another 5 minutes and we'll check them out. So I did start talking about my sleep. I know, Tom, you had talked about your sleep, and my problem with my sleep is that when I go to bed at night, I fall asleep really good and I sleep really well. But then I wake up somewhere around the 5-hour mark, 4 to 5 hour mark. And boy, I'll tell you, after that, I have a really, really hard time going back to sleep and getting a good sleep. So, so I don't know if anybody else has those issues. How do you address them? What do you do to help with you if you have issues with sleep, and if you fixed it or you think you fixed it? Let me know how you did it or what you did, just to kind of curiosity to try to get some other ideas. Because I did try. I tried the Perfect Keto. I tried the Perfect Keto Beauty and Sleep Collagen, and it tastes really good, and the collagen really made me good stuff, but it didn't help me sleep whatsoever. I tracked it for a month every day. My Fitbit has a sleep tracker on it, and I tracked it every day. I hate to say it, Perfect Keto, it didn't help me whatsoever. So, which is okay. Yeah, everybody's different. And speaking of doing bedtime now, I have to have a good night. All right, been busy, mommies. She's going to bed. So thank you for stopping by. I appreciate it. You have a great night, and I'll talk to you soon. And let's see. So let's see. Lindy's saying she's eating a keto brick mini and pretending it's a chocolate chip cookie. So that's a good idea. I got to get some of that. I got to try those keto bricks. I don't know. From what's it, AD Keto or AD? I'm trying to think what AD is. AD Carnivore or something like that. He does. He promotes those bricks. He's been doing it for a long time, and I'm a big fan of his as well. Him and his wife have an on their channel. I'm going to pull these first ones out because these ones look like they're done to me. They're brown around the edges. I'm thinking I maybe should have spaced them out a little bit more. So we're going to pull those ones out because I just don't want to overcook them. So it will also give those ones a chance. cook more, look cool, I should say, a little bit, and then we can actually try one of them. So, but yeah. But I've never tried them, and like I said, I've seen a few people doing it now. So, thanks, Pamela. They smell really good. So hopefully they get cool enough where we can taste one here before it gets too late here at night. So, AD Keto, Aaron. That's right. You're absolutely right, Lindy. So him and his wife, I really like their channel. So actually, he makes a strawberry fat bomb that was the first thing I think I saw him make, and I tried to make it, and it came out fantastic. It's probably my favorite fat bomb that I ever made. So I've made some really good ones, but that was probably one of my favorite ones. So speaking of that, do you guys eat fat bombs? And if you do, I'm thinking today would have been the perfect day, because it was 88 degrees here or something like that. Instead of heating up my stove, it would have been the perfect day to make fat bombs. But I would have actually had to made a batch yesterday and freeze them, and then make a batch today and then switch them out or something. So maybe I'll do that sometime in the near future. If you guys like fat bombs, and that's something that you're interested in seeing, let me know. I know everybody's into this brown butter right now, and I think that seems to be the big craze right now is brown butter. Let me know if you tried it before or not. I never tried it. I didn't even know what it was until people started doing it. I never even heard of it before. But it looks pretty interesting. It looks something that looks like it would be something I would like to eat. It's basically butter, right? So it looks pretty tempting to try. So I'm going to leave those ones in there for another minute or two. I'm going to take a cooling rack here, and I'm going to take the other ones away from the stove. Now, the trouble with anything that I make that has like a lot of butter in it and stuff like that, it's so soft when it's first heated up. It's really, really hard until it really cools down. And it takes a long time to cool down. And I should have thought of that before. But I think I'm going to try to pull these off of here so it will cool faster. Yeah, it worked pretty good. Make some room for the other ones. Although when they went over the hump, they cracked. So here is what they look like. I actually think I'm going to slide one of these on and put it in the oven. In the refrigerator. That way there it'll cool faster. Oh, they're really, really soft. So, really, really warm. So, but I'm going to stick this in the refrigerator just see if I can get it to cool a little bit. Try to speed up the process a little bit. I think I should have done a couple of them, but they're really, really soft. So, that one actually came out nice. I'm going to stick these two in the refrigerator for about 5 minutes, and we'll come back and we'll see how they come out. What do you think? They look good. I can tell you, I just took a bite out of that one there, and I put it in there. Took a little piece of it. That was pretty good. So let me take the other ones out before I forget. All right, there's the other ones, how they came out. I do like baking. I'm not sure whether with a live like this, whether it's a great idea or not. So you guys tell me whether you like the baking or not, or should I do something more like a stir fry or something else like that. So I do like to make those type of things. I did make, if you haven't seen it, I made some of those carnivore noodles from Anita over at Ketogenic Woman's channel. Those came out really, really good. So we're going to play around with those a little bit more too as well. I need to get a silicone mat to put them on. So I'm hoping that one of my kids will watch this video back, and I put a link to my Amazon wish list down there, and they'll provide that with the silicone mask, because the parchment paper wrinkles when you put stuff on there, so it kind of put creases in it, and it caused some breakage in the noodles. So this would be, hers came out much better, and she did them on a silicone mat. So yeah, Pamela likes the baking as well. I'm going to be honest with you. I like baking. I like baking actually more than I do cooking on the stovetop. I like the grill too as well. Yeah, so it's just kind of, maybe I should have planned it out a little, and I need to cook a batch before and after, so that it could be like one of those cooking shows and goes, oh, I'll put these in the oven. Oh, here's these ones here, come out. And, so maybe I need to think about that and cook some the night before, and so that I have them to show them all plated up and ready to go. And so, but yeah, but we do like cooking on a grill. We actually, because we live in a townhouse, and it's a really, really nice townhouse, I will tell you that. So, but we live in a townhouse, and they have kind of all kinds of rules around the grills and stuff. So we use this Ninja Foodie grill because we can use it indoors and outdoors. And that Ninja Foodie 6-in-1, I know there's a 7-in-1 now, but man, I'll tell you, that thing cooks up some really, really good stuff. Asparagus, vegetables, all kinds of meats. We cook tons of fish. We cook tons and tons of stuff on it. It bakes, it grills, it air fries, it has 6 functions. That's why it's a 6-in-1. So so if you're in an apartment or you're space restricted, and or for us it's just the 2 of us, so what do I want a big grill for just the 2 of us? So this cooks enough for the 2 of us, right? So a couple of steaks, and some vegetables. What else do you really need other than that, right? So let's see how these cookies are making out in the refrigerator here. Actually, this one looks like, so break it apart, you can kind of see it. What it looks like. It's really good. So again, I may have left these in here a few more minutes in the oven, to be honest with you, but these are really good. And as they cool, they'll get a little bit stiffer, but because it has so much butter and stuff in it, it will stay soft as long as it's warm. Talking with my food in my mouth, bad habit, bad manners, but that's really, really good. So I wish I could get my wife over here on camera and have do a taste test, but she doesn't want to come on the camera. I'd offer anybody else that wants to come on and taste one, but But these are really good. So again, let them stiffen up a little bit. You're going to see on the napkin where, because I said, they're still soft, but they will get stiffer as they go. These are really good. So I will post this recipe on my website as well. So I will put a link. There's a link down there for my website down below. It will probably be tomorrow when I post them. So thanks, Karen. Thank you for coming. But these are, I love chocolate chip cookies. They're my favorite. In actuality, the Choc Zero is actually pretty good. They don't have a super sweet taste to them or anything else either. So those are really, really good. I like the chocolate chips. Those are really, really good. Well, now let's talk a little bit about macros on these. That we're seeing how we're talking about the chips. And so the macros on these, so one cookie, a 1-inch cookie, one of those scoops, it's a 1-inch cookie scoop size cookie. So they're all pretty close. I would say they're pretty close to the same. Some flattened out a little more than others. But they're about 100 calories for one cookie. All right. Fat in them is about 9.3 grams on them as well. And about two grams of protein in one of these cookies. And then total carbs in this is about 3.6. So not terrible, so 3.5 carbs per cookie total. Now, if you're doing net carbs, it's like 1.2. So whether you're doing net carbs or whether you're doing total carbs is up to you. I will tell you that I kind of do a combination because I'm more in a maintenance mode. So if I'm trying to maintain my weight, I'm trying to stay that 180 pound weight. So for me, it really trying to keep me there. So kind of during the week, I do more of a total carbs. So when I do 20 total carbs, and I do that during the week, and on the weekends, I'll allow myself to do 20 net carbs because of the fact that, the weekend is with my wife and we're trying to go out and eat and we're trying to do some other stuff. And, so I allow myself to indulge a little bit more than normal, right? So that's, I guess, what I'm trying to say. But then the 20 net carbs does that. So again, like this cookie, 1.2 net carbs or 3.6 total carbs. Is it a big difference? Probably really not that much of a difference. And again, I'm not going to go out and eat 6 of these. I'll eat 1 of these, maybe 2, throughout the day. But that just kind of helps me with my craving. It gets rid of that sweet craving. Then I don't have to crave sweets anymore for the rest of the day. I have been, one of the things this month, I have been trying to track more. Other than this past weekend, I've been doing pretty good this month. So, and I think that's kind of helping me keep on track and watch what I'm doing. You'll see more of that on the next week's live when we go through and we talk about how I did for the month of October. But that's kind of where we are. I'm going to pull the other cookie out and see how crispy it gets. Here's the other cookie. See, normally I wouldn't eat 2, but I do this for you guys, so you really believe that, right? I'm doing this because I enjoy it. So it's getting a little crispy. Again, if you wanted these, I know Rhonda, I don't know if she's not yet. I haven't seen her here today anyway. If you wanted to make these crispier, I would have just left them in the oven for another 5 minutes or so, and then they would have gotten nice and crispy. So if you're looking for a crispy chocolate chip cookie versus a little bit softer one, I would do that. Hey, so that's the live for today. I think we're at the a little over the 100-minute mark, over the hour minute mark. So you guys have any other questions? You have anything else? What would you like to see cooked on the next lives? Would you like to see something else baked? Would you like to see something cooked on the stovetop? Would you like to see fat bombs made? Whatever you guys have some suggestions or ideas or something like that, let me know what you think. If not in here, in the comments down below, because I'm open to cook just about anything. I love cooking different things. I love trying different things. You'll see that I cook a lot of different foods. So I try foods from other countries as well. Like I say, if you're not trying foods from other countries, you're missing a lot. So, try it out. So anyway, you guys, we're going to roll it up here. We're going to clean up our mess, or I'm going to clean up my mess. And then we're going to have some dinner because it's only 6 o'clock here, a little after 6 o'clock. So you guys are awesome. I want to thank everybody for coming. I truly, truly appreciate it. You guys, all right. You guys are awesome. We'll see you soon. Check me out next Thursday.